Now, as you know, there are three articles, a, an and the. A, n are indefinite articles and the is a definite articles. A and n uses for non-specific and the is used for specific article. See, a, n means one and they shows non-specific thing. And these are, and the is a definite article. Definite article and it shows specific thing. Specific. So, you are saying A or N, they shows number one or one article and they are non-specific things. They shows non-specific things. And these are indefinite article. Indefinite articles. These are indefinite. So, where we should not use these articles, definite and indefinite. Let's start. Before uncountable nouns, as you know, when we went through these things, we know that before uncountable nouns we don't use articles. We don't use articles before uncountable and abstract nouns used in a general sense. For example, honey is sweet. Wisdom is better than riches. Virtue is its own reward. We don't write the honey or the wisdom or the virtue. What we have done, we haven't used any article. Next, uncountable nouns take the article the when used in a particular sense. Would you pass the sugar? That means sugar on the table in front of the person whom I have requested to pass. Plural nouns take the article the when they are used in a particular sense. Where are the children? Which children? Are children. So, suppose when we are using plural nouns in a particular sense, then we are using the, because the means specific ones. Before plural countable nouns, we don't use. Do not use articles before plural countable nouns used in a general sense. Children usually rush about. See, all the children usually rush about. Computers are useful machines. All the computers are useful machines. So, plural countable nouns, if in a general sense is there, we don't use any article. Before the names of meals, we do not use articles before the names of meals. Mother is cooking lunch. Dinner is ready. Article is not used before the sports name also. See, before the names of meals and before the sports name. Article is not used before the sports name. For example, cricket, football. I love cricket. I play football. I don't say I play a football. Right? When game is there, sports is there, then we don't use article. Before the name of weather. Article is not used before the name of weather. For example, summer, winter. Now, before day and night. Before night and day. Article is not used. For example, night was dark. Right? The word which starts from by does not take any article. By train, by ship. Now, why? By ship. We don't use article. See, the thing is that when there is a by a train we won't say. By a ship we won't say. So here you are saying before the name of weather, here in this slide, before the night and day, right, second, and the word used with by. In this slide you are seeing 3 more things. Next, the noun which comes after the demonstrative adjective doesn't take any article before it. For example, this boy, etc. When there is a demonstrative adjective, so we don't use article. This boy is my student. This boy is going to play cricket match, right? Now, before the sunset and sunrise, article is not used. It is the time of sunset. See, day, night, sunrise, sunset, we don't use article. The noun which comes after the demonstrative adjective and distributive adjective does not take any article before it. This boy, so the noun is there, boy is here, this is the demonstrative adjective, so no article is here, and distributive adjective is each, but noun is there, so we haven't used a article, right? So before a demonstrative and after the demonstrative adjective and distributive adjective, we don't use a. Each a boy we haven't written, this a boy we haven't written. Before man, mankind, women, God, father, mother, unique, universal, humanity, the is not used. God is great. My father is a doctor. Father, my father, no. The father, no. Now, my mother is a good cook. My mother, no. This is a unique thing. So, the is not used before all this thing. And the is a specific. We use the for the specific things. But here, the is not used. Now, morning and evening don't take any article before it. Morning is very pleasant. A morning, no. Right? Morning is when you are starting the sentence with these words, you don't have to use article. Before society, we don't use the. We live in society. Right? When in a general sense we are using nouns, we don't use the. Before the disease's name, article is not used. For example, fever, plague, etc. So we don't use articles. We use a when there is an adjective before breakfast, lunch, dinner, etc. We use the when you are talking about a particular meal, because the is for specific thing. The is specific and an are non-specific. So, we use a or an adjective before breakfast, lunch, dinner. But we don't, and we use the when talking about a particular meal. I had a late dinner. See, adjective is there, late. A late dinner. And the lunch we had at the restaurant was very good. Now, before languages, we do not use articles before the names of languages. Can you speak English? Not the English. Normally we don't use any article before heaven, paradise and hell. We believe in paradise. Before school, college, university, church, bed, hospital, prison, etc. we don't use articles. His dad is still in hospital. We learned English at school. The is used before these words when the reference is to building or object rather than to the normal activity that goes on there. For example, you have seen church, school where we don't use article, but we use the when we are talking about the building itself. Meet me At the school means outside, near the building. I met her at the church, where activities inside the church we are not mentioning. At the church, that is a meeting place, that is the landmark. I am standing near the school. The school, the person knows where I am standing. So, then we will have to use the specific when we are referring the building or thing as a landmark. See, or an object, we are referring it as a building or object, not as an activity that is going inside it, normal activity. So, we are using the. Before, material nouns used in a general sense. Gold, rice, in a general sense. Gold is a precious metal, not the gold. Now, before a common noun used in its commonest sense. Man is mortal. See, as a whole I have told, iron is a useful metal. So, before this we are not using any article. In certain phrases made up of preposition plus noun. See, preposition and noun. So, on foot, at school, from top to bottom, at home, in bed, by train, by car, etc. We don't use article before noun. Say, on a foot, we don't write. At a school, we don't write. In certain phrases consisting of a transitive verb and its object, give ear, right? Set sail, take heart, send word, catch fire, take offense, leave office, leave home, leave office, etc. He took offense at my work. We have not written the offense. She left home in the morning, not the home. So where there is a transitive verb and its object, we don't use article. Before common nouns, when they go in pairs, both husband and wife receive serious injuries. Now, second, before plural nouns used to denote a class, apples are red, camels are useful animals, warm clothes are necessary. We are not using any article here. See, cold climates. So here we are not using articles. Before the names of continents, countries, capes, cities, towns, days, months, etc., arts, languages, sciences, some diseases, etc. For example, January is a month, physics subject, Tokyo city, Delhi city, Tuesday is a day, Asia is a continent, America country, December is a cold month. We don't write a December. So and English is spoken, we don't write. English is spoken. So you will have to be very careful in all these things. Before the nouns following kind of. What kind of? Not a flower, a flower only. Normally we don't use articles before heaven, paradise and hell. Before the battle, article is not used. Battle is dangerous. After the no, article is not used. I have no pen. You don't have to write I have no pen. I have no pen. After the not and any, article is not used. I have not any friend. So, not any, you don't have to write a friend. Special point, now it's a special one. The secretary and accountant is present. That means same person who is secretary as well as an accountant. So that person is present. But if we write the secretary and the accountant, so we are talking about two different persons. So you will have to be very careful in using such article. So what have we learned? We have learned where to use articles, where not to use articles. This chapter is very important. Go through it again and again. In the next class, we will come with something more interesting. Thank you. Have a good day.